Yes. So ever since college, I went to school for music.
Mhm.
Actually failed as a composition focus. Because it's way hard. Music theory is way harder. Like I remember hearing stories of people like leaving music theory and composition or just majors in general to go to do like literal rocket science.
Mhm.
Because it's just it's tough. So but I did graduate with a music degree, and then but I always wanted to write both music and lyrics or whatever. I just pop music. I'm not really like a film composer or anything. Uh, but then I don't know. I toured solo for a little while. This is really truncating. There was like a lot of history there, and then I moved
Mhm.
to LA with my band at the time. We had a little bit of a YouTube presence, but looking back on it, I wouldn't have counted those years because we were back in Delaware, and the only reason we were there was because I had just been using YouTube as like home videos, and stuff,
Mhm.
and then our band consultant at the time was like, you got to get on this because like a few years before Google had acquired YouTube, and they're like, you got to just like insert yourself into this YouTube thing so your stuff, like your band, starts popping up on Google searches. So we were literally just doing everything. I think our one of our very first video was actually a lyric video, so that made sense. The second video, I think we were literally at like Kennett Square Mushroom Festival interviewing my friend James, who was like coordinating the music for it. It has nothing to
Mhm.
do with anything we were doing. I mean, we were there, but like we had no idea what we were doing. Then we moved to LA, and I remember being at a party at the YouTube space for anybody that remembers it. And if anybody that doesn't know what YouTube space is, it's essentially like a soundstage, like film studio for YouTubers to use. It's not around anymore. Well, not around for most creators anymore. It's not open to the
Mhm.
public like it was. And went to a party there, and I just remember looking around, and it took all of like half an hour to be like, oh, I get it. And so we vastly changed everything. We started doing more like intentional content and stuff. And because I guess we figured if we're gonna put ourselves out there, we have to at least like try to know what we were doing instead of just like
Yeah.
throwing stuff out.